What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob, back at it with American Whiskey Month, doing a very special Michter's 10-year-old single barrel bourbon. All right, so this is a straight 10-year-old bourbon, but as you were saying earlier, this actually is not distilled in-house. This is a sourced whiskey. So, do you know if they just age it, is what you were saying, right?
So Michter's, I'm pretty sure they source all their distillate, and they age it themselves in their warehouse and barrel it themselves.
Yeah. So this is, where's the ABV here? 47.2% ABV. So not quite cask strength, but
yeah, I mean, it's brought down to where they think it's appropriate for drinking, and I think this is a perfect proof.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I usually do my homework when it comes to the mash bill, because I discovered a pretty awesome site, and the site name eludes me right now, but not for any other particular reason, just because I can't think of it. Breaking Bourbon, that's the one. So Breaking Bourbon usually will have a long list of the different types of whiskeys that he's tried, and he usually finds the mash bill for those bourbons. Often when he doesn't have it, it's because the company doesn't disclose the information. I think Michter's is one of those. I could be wrong, but if I had to guess, based on this nose, I would say that this is rye heavy.
Yeah, I would agree. There is definitely some rye in this. The thing about Michter's, I don't think they really disclose what it is. They do say that they do a special mellowing and filtration. I'm not really sure exactly what that includes, but they list that on their tag.
And off camera, we were actually chatting about that, because we know that Jack Daniel's is not considered a bourbon because of the filtering that they do through maple charcoal. So obviously, whatever filtering they do has to abide by the rules of straight bourbon in order to be called a straight bourbon. Otherwise, Jack Daniel's would be called a straight bourbon as well, but it's called a Tennessee whiskey. Sorry.
Yeah, this is right in my wheelhouse for bourbon. I love this stuff. The nose, you get that nice little nuttiness off the top, and the oak influence. It's my cup of tea for sure.
I'm trying to think what this reminds me of. Very nice.
That nutty note reminds me of Booker's bourbon almost.
Yeah, that's exactly.
You get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Booker's as well, so this is really nice.
Yeah. Kind of like an almond liqueur almost, like.
Sure. Yeah, there's cherries in here. That almond cherry.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of spearmint as well.
Yeah, that's almost like a cookie. Like there's these Italian cookies, I've described them before. They're called amaretti. They use almond liqueur. And there's a little bit of almond inside the cookie as well. That's kind of what I'm getting.
Yeah, I can see that. A little marzipan, perhaps.
Yeah.
This is really good. I like this stuff a lot.
Yeah, this is really good. It's got some heat to it, but like nothing off-putting. It's just a nice, like, you know, you're drinking a nice, well-proofed bourbon.
Yeah, when they bottled it at the 57.2, they didn't take away anything by adding the water to that.
Yeah. So, if you've watched some of my other reviews with Jeremy in the videos, he's from Toronto Whiskey Society. He also has a Instagram channel called Sipper Social Club. he's reviewed this whiskey already.
Yeah, my review for this is up on torontowhisky.ca, so you can check it out there. Check out my score and my full tasting notes.
Yeah, so I'll put the link below in the description. This is Jeremy's bottle. Really good stuff. We're not going to tell you what Jeremy scored this because we don't want to spoil anything for you guys. We want you to go to read the review, but man, this is got to be a 90 for me.
Yeah, this is good. We tried this at Spirit of Toronto. They had this, and they had the 10-year-old rye, which was also really, really nice as well.
Yeah. This goes for some hefty dollars.
Yeah, it's not cheap. Retail, $100, $110 US. Secondary market, 160 to 175-ish. So it's not a cheap bourbon. A lot of people see 10 years old and like, well, it's a lot of money for a 10-year-old bourbon, but
yeah,
for retail, I think it's good value.
Yeah, that's an A+. That's solid stuff. Would you buy it again? Would
Yeah.
You, yeah?
And I have.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. I would be hard pressed to spend $200 on this bottle just because it's expensive in my opinion for a bourbon. I think we're a little bit spoiled when it comes to price of bourbon, and although this is excellent stuff, I feel like you could probably find something almost as good for a lot less. What do you think?
I think for me, this fits my palate really well, and I'm willing to spend the 100 to 150 US dollars on it. So for me, I would pay the money.
Yeah.
Like I like this more than this year's William LaRue Weller, for example.
Wow. Okay, so
so it's that high up for me.
yeah, and see, and I'm on the flip side. Whereas I love that William LaRue Weller, and I would instantly pay another. I would buy 5 more bottles of that at $200 a bottle. So that just goes to show how all of this is subjective. All of this is based on opinion. All of this is based on preference, and no one can tell another person that they're wrong or right or whatever. It's just what you like, and that's why we do this, because we tend to have similar tastes, but we also tend to have differences in taste when it comes to certain things. So that's awesome that you feel that way, because that was a great example that you used actually.
Yeah.
All right, so like we said, check Jeremy out on Toronto Whiskey Society. Check him out on Sipper Social Club, because that's his personal Instagram where he's posting some of the stuff that he's trying on a regular basis. And we alluded to it in another chat or another review that there may be more to come for Sipper Social Club, so we'll see. All right. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Thank you for this bottle, by the way.
Absolutely.
It was awesome. Cheers, guys.